Alright guys, I got my cow. We're gonna watch a scary video. The captives prison, the Eastern State Penitentiary. That place is haunted as fuck.
Here we are. It's like a slumber party.
No. Somebody down here? This week on Buzzfeed Unsolved, we investigate Eastern State Penitentiary as part of our ongoing investigation into the question, are ghosts real? Back in the day, this prison used to be quite the horrible place.
Think we're gonna die here tonight?
Just gonna double check
Well,
the
looking at
recording.
it visually, it's
Yes, I am.
it's a bit much.
It's striking. Very spacious.
Horrifying, chilling, just overall not good, is how I would describe it. But,
I hear bats.
cool. Should we just get this over with?
I think so.
Oh, okay, we leave it that
we
way.
could go this way.
We could go that way, too. I'll just go in one of these little holes. No, I won't. On October 25th, 1829, Eastern State Penitentiary opened its
What was it, a
doors as
castle?
part of the Reformatory Pennsylvania system, a vision to create a humane prison where labor, complete solitude, and discipline together would make inmates penitent, hence the term penitentiary. I do like that this is the basis, or this is the origin story for the word penitentiary.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
Only the penitent man will pass.
Seems like at a certain point in history, they figured out that maybe locking someone in a dark room was bad for the brain.
This was this part of history. Unfortunately, the prison went overboard in its definition of solitude. Initially designed to hold 250 prisoners, with Gothic architecture intentionally built to be intimidating to outsiders, the prison would use
Doesn't it look
extreme
intimidating? It
measures
looks
to
cool.
guarantee
The outside.
absolute
The inside,
solitary
on the other hand?
confinement. All prisoners stayed in their own cells and were not to interact with any other inmates. They also had extremely limited contact with prison guards and other personnel. Private outdoor areas were designed so inmates could exercise without interacting.
Were they all wearing little striped?
No, they all didn't look like the Hamburglar. This place was much more sinister.
Think that guy ever got solitary?
Yeah, but I always saw him as like a kind of funny little man.
He's a fucking criminal.
Jesus Christ. He's doing burgers. I don't know.
Yeah, they're not his.
Yeah, I do know when I try to steal your food, you get really upset, so.
Wouldn't you?
No. Sharing is caring.
No, go fuck yourself.
Inmates were allowed
I was straight
outside
on this
for
one.
1 hour
Don't
each
steal my-
day.
don't take my
And when they
fries.
did leave their cells, hoods were put over their
Unless
heads
you-
to prevent communication and
unless you
knowledge of the
forget
layout
your
of the
lunch
prison.
and everyone
Their
people offer you
cells
some
became
food.
their world. They worked in there. They ate in there. And they were not allowed to have any contact with the outside world, either in the form of letters, visits from family, or newspapers. Alright, so this is cell block 1. This is one of the original 7 cell blocks when this prison was first constructed. Ironically, these like high vaulted ceilings are supposed to kind of like mimic church architecture,
Yeah.
Yeah.
invoke a feeling of God or penance.
Did it work?
No. Actually, it just drove them mad. You'll see that soon here. They would be locked in these.
Just so you know, if you hear any like hollow tapping, that's just my wooden blinds like hitting each other because there's like a breeze hitting the window because I have a window open because it's hot.
cells, which you can see right here. There's an interior, and then they would close this, and this was for the purpose of enforcing silence so that they couldn't even see each other.
All right, are you gonna go in there? Experience it?
I guess.
We'll give you, 2 minutes in solitary?
Wait, what? Maybe just myself?
Yeah, it's solitary. You gotta experience it. You gotta be solitary. It's right there in the name.
That works, right?
All right, good luck.
That angle.
2 minutes? Oh, God. Oh my God, I fucking hate this.
Yeah.
I could see why this drove you mad. I don't think this was very nice or humane. What the fuck are you doing? Stop banging on the door, you dick.
You gotta be quiet.
This silence was enforced by prison guards, who for years faced allegations of abusing the prisoners, despite the system being created for the prisoners and guards to rarely interact. Some of the more grueling punishments included dunking inmates in a bath during winter, after which they were hung up on a wall so that ice formed on their skin.
Jesus.
Nobody came around and...
You know who actually came around? Charles Dickens.
So Charles Dickens specifically was like, oh, I'm going to go to America, see that prison. Why
That's
is
Australian.
it Australian?
That's-
It always comes out Australian.
You can try it again.
Hello, I'm Charles Dickens.
Holy shit.
I'm here to see your prisoners.
That sounded a little
Is that better? I was leaning more toward Kane. If I use Kane as my touchstone, I could...
Yeah, if I try to do a British accent, it always comes out like all over the British Empire. Hello, I'm Britain and I can do a good accent. That sounded like a southern accent.
kind of...
Kane.
Michael.
Oh my god.
Michael.
Oh, that's much easier.
What was that prisoner got ice all over him? You got yourself a prisoner pop.
In the mag chair, prisoners would be bound so tightly that their circulation was cut off, which sometimes left them permanently injured, and some say led to amputation in some cases. An iron gag was also used, which was secured to an inmate's mouth, ripping the tongue and mouth, while hands were tied behind the back.
Oh,
And there's
God.
even one recorded instance in which an inmate died as a result of this iron gag.
If I was given a pad of paper and was like, what terrible things can I do to people?
Yeah.
I would not think of a device where my own leverage of my hands makes the fucking thing in my mouth tighten. That's
Yeah, I'm
fucked
just
up.
imagining an insane man. Like, someone just going to the head of the prison and registering a very normal complaint, saying, like, well, this one prisoner's being very loud. Okay, let us put a metal device in his mouth. It will tear his tongue out.
Or it was, in fact, Jigsaw. This is his origin story.
Yeah.
All the prison guards are sitting in a room, they're brainstorming, like, what can we do to make these prisoners obey us? And all of a sudden they hear,
He's in a little chair, right?
and then all of a sudden the door opens and a little tricycle runs in. Rides.
Oh, he's on a
He's a
tricycle?
little tricycle rides.
Do you have a Jeep?
Gentlemen,
Oh, is that him?
I want to play a game. I got plenty of ideas for your little prison.
Here I am now, in prison. Well, adios. Bye. Oh, it's so silent.
Somebody down here? Oh my god.
What are you doing?
I don't know. There's something creaking down here. It sounds like someone trying to get out of the cell. Don't get scared by my long-legged friend. I heard you. Where are you?
It's probably a raccoon.
I hope it's a raccoon.
There was wood creaking down here. Down here is actually where the more period-accurate cells were. You could actually see the feeding holes. Where are you? We just want to see you.
What's
We're
that
not gonna
sound
freak
about?
out.
Oh, shit.
Was that... Stop. Was that you? You heard that, right?
I heard it.
Dude, this place...
What's waking up outside?
Jesus. Chills. I know you're here.
There it is again.
This thing is fucking with us. You see something? Jesus. Okay, let's get the fuck out of here.
By 1866, solitary confinement at the prison would start to
Okay, I'm gonna pause and say something funny, because that kind of scared me a little bit. Okay, so there's like a Mission St. Inez where I live, and I was walking through it with some friends, and I was wondering, if someone were to fart here, how much would it echo? Because those things are pretty echoey.
Be phased out, and the Pennsylvania system was officially abandoned in 1913. But ironically, a prison that was once too solitary would become too crowded, opening the door to a whole new set of horrors. By 1926, there were over 1,700 inmates at Eastern State. This resulted in 2 or even 3 inmates sharing cells, some of which were originally intended to only hold one person.
I
In
know it.
1933, inmates rioted against overcrowding by setting fire to cells. It's possible this could offer an explanation for the activity in cell block 12. Voices and a cackling, high-pitched laugh have been heard. Tour guides have reported that the cell doors on the 3rd floor of cell block 12 seemingly open by themselves when nobody's looking. In an episode of Ghost Hunters, the crew believed they spotted a figure running on the catwalk in cell block 12.
To test this, since this hallway goes down so far, you can see the wall down there. Yeah. Let's put 4 motion lights along here, and we'll call the ghosts to run towards us. Because I imagine, with the historical context, maybe people are running because there was a lot of prison riots and attempted escapes. Maybe that's what we're seeing. All right. 1 light going down.
So Ryan is now going to bravely demonstrate.
Oh, fuck.
That's literally the thing you just put down and walked over there to
Shut
do.
up.
Okay.
I'm going to wait till these turn off. Then I'll just be over here in darkness.
Okay. So, starter pistol. Ka-chow! Yes, that certainly would be something if we saw them all turn on like that.
So, I think you can see us over here. I have a light. I have a little recorder too. If you could see us over there at the end of the hall, please run or walk towards us.
Probably like hearing more about horrible entries rather than
What?
rather than watching intense
What did you
shit
see?
like this.
Shut up. There are over 1,000 entries recorded in the prison's death ledger, a book that documents which inmates died and by what cause in the years that Eastern State was operating. A good portion of these deaths were from sickness, such as tuberculosis. Other deaths were due to suicide, or even murder. One of those murders occurred in cell block 8 in cell 49, where an inmate named Joseph Havel stabbed his cellmate George Kopp to death with a pair of scissors.
As you already know, there was a death ledger of over 1,000 deaths in here, in this prison, not this cell in particular. This is cell 49 in block 8. So this is the cell where Joseph Havel stabbed George Kopp to death with a pair of scissors. Now we're gonna, for the first time, use a gadget that's been requested for quite a bit, and one I've always been interested in. It's called a spirit box. So
Oh, I fucking
basically,
hate this
it's
thing.
a radio tuner that scans radio frequencies. And when it does,
Here's the thing. I have misophonia. One of the things that triggers it is radio static.
is it scans the frequencies at a rate of 1500ths of a second. So every 1500ths of a second, it skips to a new channel, then a new channel, then a new channel. And what that does is it creates white noise that spirits are said to be able to manipulate to communicate with us.
And who says this?
Paranormalists.
Uh-huh.
It could be just radio interference that's coming through, but since it's scanning at such a fast rate, if there's words that are longer than the 1500ths of a second,
Then we know.
then we know that that's a spirit talking to us. It's going to be
cool.
very loud. Watch your ears.
What? Okay.
All right, so I'm scanning at 150, so 1500ths of a second. Is there a Joseph Havel in here, or George Kopp? Either one of you. Joseph Havel, you stabbed George Kopp. Why did you do that?
If you forgot maybe your human name, just look at your ghostly torso.
Whoa. What was that? Did you hear Get Out? Oh god, it's already happening. This is our first interaction with the spirit box. What do you think? Have a taste.
I gotta be honest, the spirit box doesn't really compel me very much. It's,
Do you not buy into the science of it?
No.
Well, what do you think about the fact that it's scanning radio frequencies at such a fast rate that if we hear more than one word, like 2 words or a sentence,
Or 2 vowels that put them together and suddenly you hear a word. Because you hear get out there, but really, go back to it. I'd like to hear it again.
What was that? I'm saying that's at least 1 second. At least 1 second. That means
5 channels have to work together
Sounds like
to
2
make...
channels.
It
Sounds like...
What I'm saying, it has to be 5 channels working together to form that sound. We could up the speed. We go to 1/10 of a second.
Crank it.
Somebody got stabbed in here. What was your name? Say it. Oh, fuck. Did you...
What did it say?
I thought I heard George. All right. That was definitely longer than 1 word. I don't know what it said.
It said, "Are we done?"
It pretty clearly to me says, "Are we through?" Which is 3 words.
That was a joke that I made.
No.
And then it informed your opinion of it.
No, it says it. Another active area is Block 15, the maximum security block, where there's reports of whispers and also a shadowy figure running. I wonder if these were to open the cells.
Oh, yeah. Flip that switch. Do you think that's the murder switch?
That is a toilet.
If there's anybody here with us right now, anybody from Death Row that wants to talk to us. At this moment, our audio recorder picks up what sounds like a distant scream. I heard a scream.
I heard the wind.
Outside. Want to step in here?
Sure. Here we are. What was that? Did you hear that?
At this moment, our audio recorder picks up a bizarre sound.
What was that? Did you hear that?
An EVP has been heard on
I'm
set,
blaming the wind
and it
again.
isn't by me.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I mean, when we're on set, I try to actively give you whatever we can.
This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing for you, I think.
You're right, it is embarrassing.
Shane Madej, leader of the Shaniacs, admitting to an EVP on set. This is,
You got us.
the SS Madej just took a crushing blow to the bow, and she's
Shaniacs, it's over. We're
she's
done.
taking water. I don't think she's going to make it. The most notable of Eastern State Penitentiary's inmates was notorious Chicago mob boss L. Scarface Capone. Capone spent about 8 months in this penitentiary between 1929 and 1930 for carrying a concealed deadly weapon. Unlike most inmates, Capone's cell was actually rather nice, containing paintings, a polished desk, a radio playing waltz music, and a softly glowing desk lamp. However, things weren't as comfy as they seemed for Capone. One of the crimes
had
Capone was
syphilis.
believed to mastermind was the Valentine's Day Massacre, which resulted in the death of 7 men, one of whom was a man known as Jimmy Clark. Capone's contemporaries inside Eastern State reported hearing Capone screaming and begging for someone named Jimmy to get out and leave him alone. Capone's cell has been restored to the state it
That's the syphilis
was when he
talking.
lived in it and can still be visited today.
I'm a little disappointed that he's haunted.
I actually have a desk that I got in my Sims game.
I don't know, tough guy. Murdered a lot of people.
Doesn't matter. No one's ghost proof.
I'm ghost proof.
You're not ghost proof. You're just an idiot that refuses to see proof.
I'm ghost proof, baby.
No, you're not. So, apparently when Al Capone was staying here, cellmates had heard him crying out for a man named Jimmy Clark, one of the 7 men that were killed in the Valentine's Day Massacre, which he is known to mastermind.
Al, it's me. I'm also from the Prairie State, land of Lincoln. If you're here, please let us communicate with you. We want to know if you, I guess we're asking a ghost if you were haunted by a ghost when you were here. We're asking if there's a double ghost situation. Are you still haunted by the ghost of Jimmy, even though you yourself are now a ghost? Ryan?
I'm sure that if a ghost died, if he died and then became a ghost, he would see Jimmy and they'd probably hashed it out over a
Oh, he
ruse.
was like, why'd you do that?
Yeah,
And then Jimmy was like, to be fair,
a ghost can't hunt a ghost. It
you
doesn't make
did
any
murder
sense.
me.
Yeah, true. Yeah. All right, Al, I know this is going to be weird, but you could use this box to talk to
shit.
us. All right, Al. This is going to make my mind melt. Hello, Al. My name is Ryan. Could you say Ryan? Could you say my name, Al? Did you say shut up?
You could say Shane.
You sounded like you said shut up. What is going through your mind right now, Shane?
Not a lot.
Do you not like me saying Scarface? Oh, fuck.
Did you say no?
It sounded like, no. My mind's already starting to melt. Oh, God. Okay, that was just radio. That was just the radio.
That sounds like no Ryan. Fuck, goddamn it. Okay, my mind's starting to melt. What color are the jackets we're wearing? That sounded like more than one word. This is scanning through channels at a rate of 1500ths of a second. So, in theory, that should be a voice of a ghost, not a radio. Brown and white. No, it's brown and white. He answered my question. Right now, the masses of the Shaniacs are scurrying into the darkness right now because they have no idea what's happening. They're seeing truth. Dude, that sounded like Look at These Two, but
That sounded like Will Smith. Is Will Smith dead? Has anyone checked the news?
His
This
brewer
prison
is.
also had its fair share of escape attempts. One unsuccessful attempt involved 12 men who took turns using spoons and flattened cans to dig a 31-inch hole in a wall of cell 68, eventually burrowing 12 feet underground.
this is the entryway for the Great Escape that ultimately failed. But inside here, they took turns using little spoons and tools to...
At this moment, our audio recorder picks up what sounds like a human whistle.
Yeah.
There were people working at that prison when we were there.
There was a maintenance man, and there was the lady who was helping guide us around to show us the place so we don't get lost. The lady was silent. The maintenance man, if I recall, was told to stop working and stay far away. I think this is obviously a ghost.
I just thought you were raising your standards this season.
This is the highest of standards here.
It's pretty amazing. They took, like, I heard 30-minute shifts to just dig this tunnel. How the fuck did they do this in silence?
One of them was probably like singing or playing jacks or something.
Not digging a tunnel in here, don't mind me, just a lot of noise.
No more digging, just a lot of singing. Don't come in here and look around.
Nothing weird going on in here.
As these inmates were recaptured, they were moved to cell block 13, the punishment block,
Oh no.
often referred to as the hole. The hole now consists of 4 solitary cells, measuring just 4 by 8 feet. Inmates would be
Oh,
locked in
jeez.
these dark, dank, and poorly ventilated cells for up to a month.
This is the hole.
Why does this happen so often? It ends with a hole or a pit.
Well, I mean, this is the big bad cells of the entire prison. This is where they put people who were being punished.
Okay.
It's punitive isolation down here.
All right.
Oh, you're just hopping right into it.
Well, it's a hole. What else can you do?
Oh, shit. Oh, boy.
I think I heard rats down here.
That hurt my back so much.
I also read that they used to crank the heat up here so people would just sweat. Oh, my God. This is awful.
This looks like a place where a serial killer would keep his victims.
Are
It
these the
does.
cells?
Yeah, I'd say so.
This is where they punished probably the most brutal and violent criminals.
The problem is if there's something that attacks us down here, I'm going to hit my head on the ceiling and my skull will smash.
That sucks. So should we go in there and do a little session?
Yeah.
Or...
Yeah, I don't think there's an or in this situation.
There is, and I don't like it, but I'm going to suggest it anyway.
What's that?
In the
in the spirit of maybe getting more evidence and something being not as scared, what if we went in there alone?
Yeah, that's fine.
I hate that you were so game for that.
Fuck.
This is ill-advised.
If there are any unquiet spirits down here with some unfinished business, now would be the time to communicate.
Fucking bullshit.
My heart's beating so fast right now.
Oh, man.
All right, buddy. Keep your wits about you.
shut up.
You're going to hear a lot of little drip droppies, but those are just, stalactites working overtime.
Just get out of here so I can get this over with.
Huh? Okay. It was fun to imagine people who have been in there in the past.
Who is that?
This is scary. So fucking
I
scary.
just started picturing something.
I don't like this. I'm just gonna sing
There's
the
no one there.
fucking
There's no one
bullshit
there. It's
song.
just your eyes. It's the dark. Oh my god, I think I see something in front of me. No. It's just my eyes. It's just my eyes. It's just tricks.
Let's get the fuck out of here. Boop, 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 boop. Well, Eastern State Penitentiary, it's been fun.
No, it is not.
With Eastern State Penitentiary's history of death, punishment, and misery, many believe the restless spirits of inmates still remain trapped within its walls. Having spent a night roaming its halls, I can't deny that we weren't alone. But whether or not Eastern State Penitentiary is definitively haunted will remain unsolved.
Well, that's it for that episode. And yes, I was scared.